guys, it's Abby from Make Life Your Runway, and I'm here with a makeup declutter. This is not an extreme declutter. I repeat, this is not an extreme declutter, but we are going to go through each category and try to find 10 products total across the board that we can declutter. So if that sounds like something you'd like to watch, then just keep watching. Here we go. During Vlogmas, we went through my collection and I just showed you what I had and we opened up everything basically. And during that time, I did not feel ready or like I wanted to do any sort of declutter. Sorry, my dog Morty is walking around the tripod. Okay, but since then, I've had a change of heart. I was looking at older videos to see how old some of my cream products are, and I've been on a journey to either declutter or use up cream products so that those categories can just have one or two in each category, so foundation, primer, concealer, that kind of thing. So some of those cream products left in my collection are legit 3+ years old, and they kind of are going off in smell, and I think it's just time that we kept them moving, okay? So we're gonna go through each drawer and to get rid of older products or products that I'm not really reaching for anymore, and just kind of working to curate my makeup collection more and more as time goes by. I want, when I open these drawers, I'm like, ooh, excited, because I love everything, and I'm not looking at product and I'm like, I don't know if I should use that anymore. So let's start with our highlighters. This is my highlighter collection, singles and palettes, and there are a couple that are not in here because they're in my bi-weekly makeup basket. I know for sure I want to keep like my MAC ones. Of course we're gonna keep those. I just got done using the Pixie ones in makeup baskets and I love them. I know I love Nabla. I'm still playing with these little mini ones. Maybe down the road that can be an opportunity to get rid of makeup, but as of now I feel okay keeping them. But as I look through these, there are just a couple in here that are like pretty old and I don't use them. I'm okay with a powder product being on the older side if I use it, but if I don't use it and it's older, then I think it's time for it to go. These are two that I think I'm finally ready to part ways. A couple years ago, I noticed that maybe they weren't the best quality that they had once been, but I just could not part with them. And I literally haven't used these in years in my collection. These are the Maybelline Master Chrome by Face Studio. When these came out, they were top tier for highlights at the drugstore, and honestly they might still be top tier, but I just don't reach for them anymore. The colors aren't great for me, and just me knowing how old they are makes me question it too. I've been with my husband for over 6 years and I had these for a year or two before we got together. So these are pushing like a decade, which is weird. It's weird to say. So we're gonna just go ahead and move those out. So that's 2 of our 10. The rest of these, I know some like the Lorac I've had for a while, but I truly love it and use it. Not all the time, but often. So I'm okay keeping that in. My Becca Pearl is a little bit on the older side, but I love it. I use it often. Urban Decay is on the older side, but I still love it. This one is in Sin, so we'll keep that. And we'll keep these. This is on the older side as well, but again, I love it. I use it, you know, in the rotation. So I'm okay with all of those. I'm not ready to get rid of any of these either. So yeah, I'm okay keeping all this. Actually, I'm going to get rid of this CoverGirl one. I do like the Makeup Revolution. Look how pretty she is. Those are my colors for a highlighter. Ooh, and I can move some of these around. Okay, perfect. I'm also, let's make this number 3, CoverGirl palette in 500. I didn't have the best experience with this when I used it, and I know a lot of people like it, so I'm going to pass it along to a friend and see if maybe they have a better use out of it. So that's 3. We got 3 out of 10. from our goal today, and I think this all looks great. I'm happy with it. Let's move on. Okay, this is my blush collection. These are all of my singles, all of my blush palettes, which we have quite a few of. And I will just be honest, there's nothing in here that I want to get rid of. I was kind of looking over this last night to kind of map out, like, what am I thinking? Is there anything in here that I feel like I'd want to move on? And honestly, no. Currently in my makeup baskets, we're going through these item by item. We started with this bin and then we'll move on. So maybe some things I might decide, like the color is just off and I might want to pass it along to someone. But otherwise, I truly am excited to use what's in here, to play with it, and yeah. We're gonna keep everything that's in here and we're just gonna keep it moving over here. Okay, these are single eyeshadow things or smaller eyeshadow palettes. These are concealers, face palettes, then my primers and foundations. I've worked hard over the past year to get my primer and foundation collection down to this. So these are the only two foundations that I have in my collection outside of what I'm currently using. But this is the CoverGirl Outlast, and then this is the L'Oreal serum foundation. So I feel good about those, and I'm not going to buy any more foundation until I've used those. I have these two primers and then one that's in my makeup basket, and I feel good about these. They're newer to my collection and there's no need to get rid of them. So in that department, we're good. Over here, we do have some pencils and things, and I am going to keep all my eyeliner type items, that's for sure. But like this St. Lux brow gel has been open for over a year, so we're going to make that be item number 4 that we're going to get rid of, and we're going to keep the rest of these. So that feels good. These are all powder products here for the most part. There's like a couple of creams in here, but I still feel okay with their lifespan, that I don't feel a need to get rid of them. So we're going to kind of move on from these. And if you watch my recent makeup basket, you can see I've kind of done some organizing in here. I mostly just kind of prop things up so I can see what's in here, opposed to things just being like tossed around. So this feels really good to me, and you know, like pigments and stuff, I think most of us agree have a pretty long lifespan. But then if you look back here we have powders. Some of these are just not the right color match for me, so I think it's best to just move them along while they are still good enough to give to someone else. I have this Ofra one. This is banana powder, and this is too dark for my skin tone. It makes my skin look darker than it is, so we're gonna go ahead and pass that along. Ooh, we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, halfway at goal. Love that. I'm still playing around with the ColourPop Pretty Fresh, and I love the Glowish. All of these feel good to keep. The e.l.f. one, just like the ColourPop, I bought these at the same time. This is dark for me, but I'm going to see if in the summer I can make this work, and if I can't, then that might be an opportunity to move it on. This color is, again, maybe a little dark. I should pull it here again in a basket to see if I can make it work, or maybe try in the summer. But otherwise, I really do want to keep playing with these and try to pan these products. But these concealers, y'all, I was looking at my older videos, and these concealers are 3+ years old, and I think we're just gonna move it on. We're just gonna mark it as lesson learned and move on. About a year ago, I made a video about these concealers being old. A year ago. And guess what? They've just gotten older since then. So let's go through it. This makeup eraser by Maybelline isn't very old, so we'll keep that. And this e.l.f. brightener is not very old, so we'll keep that. And this is the Well Rested by Bare Minerals. Not very old, but also a powder product. So those 3 can stay in my collection. But these, and I also have the Tarte Shape Tape that was in this makeup basket. I'm still going to use it, This is in the current rotation makeup basket, but I'm still going to use it for the makeup basket and then pass it along. This is the Tarte Fair Beige. Again, 3 years plus in my collection. I'm really sad I didn't end up getting a lot of use out of this, but it smells bad. It has gone off, so it's over in that crayon smell. You know what I'm talking about. So that's going to be item number 6 that we are decluttering. These were given to me recently by Julie. But I think they were in her collection for a while, so I'm just going to go ahead and give them a sniff test. Josie Moran. Okay, these don't smell like they've gone off, so I'll keep them in here a little bit longer. We'll keep these in here, and just like my primer and foundation goals, we are not going to repurchase any more concealers until we've used these up completely or have had to declutter them because they went off. And again, once we work through all of this, my goal is to have one primer, one foundation, one concealer that I use for cream products. I'll have one of each in each category and just kind of use them up that way instead of having this big collection of cream products that sits on hand only to go bad. I've learned my lesson. I've learned my lesson. Okay, we're moving on. Okay, we are at 7 of the 10 for decluttered makeup. And I think I want to go ahead and declutter this. This is the Wet n Wild limited edition Be My Honey. It was fun. I thought it was fun to like be a part of buying the limited edition products, and it was just really exciting when I found the products. But this particular one is just not a great color match for me, so I'd like to give it to someone while it's still pretty good. I also got another one from that collection here, the Passion, and I really like the highlighter, and I don't know, I'm not ready to get rid of that. So I will still have something from this limited edition line. Also, I had gotten a setting spray that I've already used up. So this will be item number 8 that we declutter. Otherwise, I do not want to get rid of any of my face palettes. I'm okay keeping powder products a little bit longer as long as I am using them and I feel good about everything that's in here. So let's go down to our last category, which is eyeshadows. Okay, this is my eyeshadow collection. The products are pointing away from you guys, so we're just gonna have to work through that. I am happy with all my ColourPop and my kind of smaller palettes here. There isn't anything in this first row that I would like to get rid of, so we're gonna keep that. I do want to get rid of this palette. This is one that a friend had gotten for Christmas, and she doesn't wear makeup, so she just gave it to me. It's a nudes palette from Slam Beauty. I think it's fine, but it's just not one that I'm going to reach for in my collection of eyeshadow palettes. So that's going to be item number 9 that we declutter. And I'm kind of hoping we can get an item number 10 in here, but I'm not quite sure that there's anything else that I want to get rid of. So let me, oh, you know what? I think I do. Let this be item number 10. This is the Makeup Revolution palette. This one is in the Rose Gold Chocolate. And the thing is, I think it's nice, but it's just kind of a messy palette and it has a lot of fallout. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and let this be item number 10 that we get rid of from my collection. And everything else I feel good about. I reach for or rotate through pretty often, and having things in like this where I can just flip through has been probably one of the best solutions for my eyeshadows. My bigger eyeshadows are on the shelf behind me, and I'm not going to get rid of any of those. But it's nice that these can all reach the back, and I can still, oops, you can't see. I love that these palettes can touch the back of the drawer, and I can still see what everything is. So we have kind of the classics back here, ABH, Too Faced. We have a Buxom one with the Lorac, and then here are all of my Urban Decay palettes in my collection. So that's nice, and again, I can just easily flip through all of them to see what I have. Yeah, again, rotate through these fairly often. Really enjoy using them. So I think this feels good. Okay, we did it. We found 10 products in my collection that we can declutter. I'll go ahead and give a recap. We did the eyeshadow palette from Slam Beauty. and the eyeshadow palette from Revolution, the rose gold. We have an Ofra banana powder. We have the CoverGirl Trio highlighter, the bronzer slash highlighter duo from Wet n Wild, 2 highlighters from Maybelline, an eyebrow pencil, and then 2 concealers that have been chilling in my collection for some years. It feels good. It wasn't a major declutter. Maintaining my collection to get rid of products that have gone off, they're bad, they gotta go, or products that are still good, they just don't really align with my preferences, and they are good enough to give to a friend. So thank you all so much for being here. Please subscribe if you're new, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!